It hasn't even been a month, and this pen is already falling apart. So first, I have to talk about the Dollar Tree excursion, because yes, there was an excursion. So after seeing some comments about these infamous fountain pens and subsequent notebooks, I thought, well, this is it. I have to make the decision. I have to go to a Dollar Tree and I have to see what all the fuss is about. The first Dollar Tree was chaotic, to say the least. We got there just as it opened. And when I say we, I mean I dragged my husband along with me. I was not going to go by myself. We stood in the stationery section, which was half a wall, maybe. I don't know what that measurement even means. It was one of those moments where I stood in front of the section looking at all the thrown about notebooks and pens and laying about. Probably a good 20 minutes. And I didn't see the fountain pen. But I thought for sure something is going to pop out. I'm going to see it eventually. But alas, that never happens and didn't happen now. So I did get some notebooks at this first Dollar Tree, and I got a few rollerball pens, which I was initially excited about. We get to the next Dollar Tree, which is like maybe 30 minutes away. It's closed because the registers are broken. My husband took it upon himself to find another Dollar Tree, which was about 5 minutes away from our location, that supposedly had these fountain pens. And this other Dollar Tree, this is the one we should have went to first. It was pristine. They had not just one, not just two. Well, they had two sections, but technically the second section was like 3 times as long as the one in the original Dollar Tree. So I got to this blue one, as you saw earlier, and I also got the red version. I can tell that I've been using the blue one. This one is not damaged in any way. Maybe I have to be a little bit more careful. That click is. You know, I read a comment that somebody suggested that they were using the pen and were wary that eventually the plastic would crack because of the snapping mechanism. It just felt very harsh to them. But I can fully attest that yes, the snap is a little harsh and your pen will likely crack if you use it enough. I've been using the fountain pen every day since October 2nd. I was actually pleasantly surprised at how much I've enjoyed using this pen, and I think a big part of it is that I'm not so worried about it. Like, even that it's cracking, it's kind of not a big deal. I'm taking it everywhere with me, except I haven't taken it outside yet. I do like having that pack with me that my Waldman sits in. But anyway, I digress. I got these small pocket notebooks. It came in a pack of 3. I gave one to my husband, a black one and a blue one. Now these, they work well, except if you press a little too hard, they will bleed. I did a little experimenting with different notebooks, and surprisingly, they all perform similarly. Now, I got this classic composition. I couldn't resist. This was the one that I saw the most stuff about, the most comments about. This is Jot journaling, just composition notebook, $1.25. Now, I only used it a little bit. It's fine for a notebook, but I think maybe its form factor is not my favorite. But I got it anyways for a clinical test. Something like that. But I actually got a, not jot journaling, this is different. This is Crown Jewels, which is, now the jot journaling is the made in India super special that everyone's talking about. That's the ones you got to get. But this is Crown Jewels, made in Vietnam, performs just as well. And I was doing a bit of reading, and apparently this is woman owned, so that's really interesting. But the reason I got it was because it has this really cool dinosaur graphic on the front, and I just needed to have it. Anyways, I started writing in this a lot more with the rollerball pen that I got. And I think it's going to be like a notebook that's going to be like my weirdest thoughts. You know how journaling, you're like, oh, I went out today and I went to the grocery store and I went food shopping, and then, you know, I went to work and I got home and, oh, my day is so hard. This is going to be like, what's between all that? I don't know why that has nothing to do with this video. This is a sort of a review, I guess. Anyways, let's move on. I really like this notebook. But my big obsession has been this one, primarily because of the size. As you can see, it's a fair bit smaller. This notebook is actually a sweet spot for me as far as notebooks go. The cover is not the best. It's like weird texture. And also it picks up like all the grease on your fingers. I've already wiped this with water once and it cleaned, and now it's just getting super greasy again. And I like patina, but I don't like grease patina. But as such, I find myself constantly grabbing this book because it has no purpose. And I like that because it's so cheap, I don't feel bad about writing whatever the heck I want in it. I mean, this is probably something I might even throw away or burn the pages of when I'm done. I was watching a comedy show. I was just writing down whatever he was saying. Like, I was sitting there with my notebook and like every couple of seconds writing the phrases or the words or something, whatever he was saying, because I wanted to write, but I also wanted to watch the comedy show. Anyways, I just became an experiment afterward, and then I'm like, let me read it and see if I retained anything, and I don't really know if I retained any of his set better than if I had just simply listened to it. But alas, I wanted to write, but also listen to the show, and this became a perfect bridge for that. Honestly, if you want something that is just like, it's almost like a throwaway, I do recommend looking for as cheap an option, but as good an option as you can. And for some reason, the Dollar Tree notebooks really hit home for me. I like them better than the pens. The pens are as you'd expect for $1.25. They're plastic. One is already breaking barely a month in. The rollerball that I got, which was my favorite pen, it stopped working after a couple of days, and that's why I permanently switched over to the calligraphy pen. I thought for a moment perhaps it was just that this paper was really fibrous and hairs were getting stuck in the mechanism of the rollerball, but same issue was happening elsewhere. So now I haven't used my very special Japanese, very expensive notebooks. This is $1.25. My Oasis notebook, I don't remember how much it was. It was like $24. I've only written in this Dollar Tree notebook, and I like holding it to like specify this is what I've been using. Bottom line is I'm very excited. This blue pen is cracking. I think once it becomes unusable because I can't hold it anymore, I'm probably not going to switch over to the red one. I'm probably going to go back to my nice stuff. It's also the thing where you take a break for a while and then you come back and you remember what you appreciate, and it's like just a hit of endorphins. Like this thing, this is in the dirt, this is in the trenches, this is gritty and fierce, and use it how you want. The Japanese notebooks, the very, very expensive fountain pen that, you know, is highly illogical to want to buy. That's a bubble bath. And I don't even like bubble baths. Moral of the story is I've really been enjoying these Dollar Tree notebooks. I had a great time buying this stuff. It was like I kept adding stuff to my cart, and I didn't feel bad because everything was $1.25. And that's it, actually. For my Dollar Tree excursion, I highly recommend the notebooks. They've been a lot of fun. The fountain pens, if you want to experiment with how long yours will last before it cracks, be my guest. Maybe I got a dud of a rollerball, but that's all for this one. Thanks for watching. Thanks for tuning